Gentlemen, here's the truth. Nobody told you your everyday drinking habit could be quietly sabotaging your erections. And it's not about the type of water you drink, it's about how and when you drink it. The wrong pattern can thicken your blood slow circulation and weaken performance. But change it, and you could see stronger, more reliable erections in just weeks, without pills, pumps, or expensive treatments. Before we dive in, feel free to share your age or the decade you were born in and where you're watching from. I truly value getting to know who's listening, so I can keep bringing you insights that matter to your stage of life. And if today's topic speaks to you, hit that subscribe button so you never miss content designed to help you stay healthier, more confident, and performing at your best one day at a time. Now, let's get started. Gentlemen, let me tell you something that might sound upside down at first. It's not the kind of water you drink. It's not whether it's filtered or bottled, and it's not about adding some miracle mineral packet. The real danger to your erections could be hiding in the way you drink water every single day. I've seen men in their 60s and 70s, men who took pride in their health, slowly lose their confidence in the bedroom. Not because of low testosterone, not because of some inevitable decline with age, but because of a small ordinary habit they never thought twice about. And here's the twist, when they changed that one habit, many of them noticed a difference in just a few weeks. Stronger, more reliable erections, more energy, better mood. And they didn't need a single pill pump or expensive device to get there. I don't say this lightly. I'm a urologist with more than 30 years of experience working closely with men over 60, helping them reclaim not just their performance, but their sense of control and self-assurance. Over the years, I've uncovered a handful of simple science-backed adjustments that make a world of difference, and this hydration secret is one most men wish they'd known sooner. Today, I'm going to walk you through exactly what you've been doing wrong, the right way to do it, instead how to time it for maximum results, and a surprising morning mistake that quietly chips away at your testosterone. And here's the part that catches most men off guard: drinking too much water. The wrong way can actually make your blood temporarily thicker, put extra strain on your arteries, and block circulation where you need it most. This is why, before we dive into the how, I want to first explain why water plays such a critical role in your erections once you're past 60. Whenever a man in his 60s or 70s comes to me frustrated about his performance, the first thing I check isn't his testosterone level, his cholesterol, or his latest lab results. It's his hydration status. That surprises a lot of people because most of us think of water as something you drink just to quench thirst. But for men in their later years, hydration is far more than that. By the time you reach your 60s, your body composition has changed. You've lost muscle mass, and muscle is one of the main reservoirs where your body stores water. At the same time, your blood vessels naturally lose some of their elasticity, which means they can't expand and contract as easily as they once did. Erections at their core are a hydraulic event. They depend entirely on healthy, well-pressurized blood flow, and since blood is mostly water, even mild dehydration can make that process harder, literally and figuratively. You might not notice it right away. Maybe you chalk up a slower or softer erection to stress, fatigue, or simply getting older. But here's the truth. When your blood volume drops, because you're not properly hydrated, your heart has to work harder to keep circulation going, and those small delicate vessels in the penis don't fill as fully or as quickly. The research is clear: just a 2% drop in hydration can affect both your physical stamina and your mental sharpness. And yes, your ability to achieve and maintain an erection is no exception. I've had patients who were convinced they needed medication only to see major improvement once we corrected their chronic low-level dehydration. Their energy picked up, their mood lifted, and their erections became firmer and more dependable. This isn't magic. It's simple biology. Your body can't deliver what it doesn't have. Without enough water, every part of the system that drives sexual function, from circulation to nerve signaling, starts to operate below its potential. And here's the part most men overlook: the problem isn't just about not drinking enough water. It's about how you're drinking it. Because once you understand the wrong patterns, and most men over 60 are guilty of at least one, you'll see why those habits work directly against you. And that's exactly where we're headed next. Over the years, I've noticed a pattern in the way many older men drink water, and it's one that quietly chips away at their ability to perform. It's not dramatic. It's not something you'd ever connect to your erections. But it's there day after day, silently working against you. The first mistake is waiting until you feel thirsty before reaching for a glass. By the time thirst kicks in, you're already in a state of mild dehydration, which means your blood volume has dropped. Your heart is working harder, and the blood vessels in your penis are already at a disadvantage. The second mistake is how you drink once you finally do. I see so many men downing a huge glass all at once, sometimes after a meal, sometimes right before bed, thinking they're doing themselves a favor by catching up on hydration. The reality is, your body doesn't thrive on sudden floods of water. It's a shock to your system. When you chug a large volume in one go, your blood pressure can shift suddenly. That might not seem like a big deal, but remember, your arteries aren't as elastic as they were in your 30s. Those stiffened vessels struggle to adapt quickly to sudden changes, and that momentary strain steals efficiency from the smaller, more delicate vessels that are essential for a strong erection. And there's more. That big rush of water forces your kidneys into overdrive. They filter and flush out what you just drank, often within an hour, leaving you right back where you started. Instead of providing your tissues with steady hydration, you've created a spike and crash cycle that makes it harder to maintain optimal blood flow. Then there's the nighttime trap. Many men load up on water in the evening without realizing the cost. You might stay hydrated for a short while, but you pay for it in broken sleep, waking up multiple times to use the bathroom. That's not just an inconvenience, it's a direct hit to your testosterone. Deep, uninterrupted sleep is one of the most important windows for testosterone production and sexual recovery. Disturb it night after night, and you'll see the effects not just in your erections but in your energy, mood, and desire. The truth is, your body doesn't want water overload any more than it wants dehydration. What it needs is consistency, a steady stream, not a flood. And when you start giving your body water in the right way, you set the stage for better performance without changing anything else. That's why next I'm going to show you exactly how to drink in a way that works with your body, not against it. The difference between drinking water in a way that hurts your performance and drinking it in a way that supports it often comes down to rhythm and distribution. Your goal is to provide your body with a steady, reliable supply of hydration throughout the day, so your circulation, kidneys, and erectile tissue all operate at their best. And it starts first thing in the morning. Within 30 minutes of waking up, before coffee, before food, before anything else, drink 8 to 12 ounces, roughly 240 to 350 milliliters of plain water. Think of it as hitting your reset button. After hours of sleep, your blood is thicker, your vessels are slightly constricted, and your circulation is sluggish. That first glass thins, the blood opens the vessels and primes your cardiovascular system for the day ahead. From there, the key is to sip, not gulp. Keep a glass or bottle with you and take small drinks regularly rather than waiting until you're parched. This keeps your blood volume stable, reduces strain on your heart, and ensures that the erectile tissue stays fully hydrated and ready to respond when you need it. It also keeps your kidneys working efficiently without dumping excess water out all at once. Avoid loading up on fluids right before or right after a heavy meal. Doing so can interfere with digestion and temporarily redirect blood away from the areas where you want optimal flow. Instead, drink lightly around meal times and spread the bulk of your hydration through the hours in between. As the day moves into evening, gradually taper your intake. 2 hours before bed, stop heavy drinking of fluids so your bladder can rest and you can protect your deep sleep cycles. This simple timing adjustment not only spares you from multiple bathroom trips at night, it also safeguards the very hormonal and recovery processes that keep your erections strong. You don't need supplements, gadgets, or complicated routines to see a change. Just by adjusting when and how you drink water, you can support better blood flow, more stable energy, and stronger performance. And once you've built this steady foundation, you can take it a step further, because the timing of your hydration can supercharge its effects. And that's exactly where we're headed next. By now you understand that how you drink water matters, but there's another piece most men completely overlook when you drink it. Timing your hydration can make as much difference to your performance as the total amount you consume, especially when it comes to physical activity and intimacy. Think of your body like a finely tuned engine. Even the best engine won't run at peak capacity if it's starved of the right fuel at the right time. That's why one of the simplest and most powerful adjustments you can make is to hydrate before your body demands it. About 20 to 30 minutes before any physical effort, whether that's your morning walk, a workout at the gym, or a moment of closeness with your partner, sip a small glass of water. This isn't about filling your stomach. It's about priming your circulation. Those few ounces help your blood vessels open up, your heart pump more efficiently, and your muscles and tissues receive the oxygen and nutrients they need to perform at their best. The same principle applies before meals. Having just a few sips before you eat can gently activate your digestive system, improve nutrient delivery, and support circulation without diluting the stomach acid your body needs to break down food properly. You avoid that heavy, sluggish feeling that comes from overeating something that can sap both your energy and your drive. And then there's the daily rhythm that can make or break your nighttime recovery. I advise my patients to get the majority of their hydration in during the first half of the day. This keeps your energy up, your cardiovascular system supported, and most importantly, reduces the need to drink heavily in the evening. Why does that matter? Because evening catch-up drinking often leads to multiple bathroom trips at night, and every time you wake, you risk cutting into the deep sleep cycles that are essential for testosterone production and for the nighttime erections that maintain penile tissue health. When you get the timing right, you're not just drinking water, you're strategically fueling your body so every system runs smoother. It's like fine-tuning a machine. Small adjustments in timing can dramatically improve output. But even with perfect timing, there's one part of the day when most men sabotage themselves without knowing it. And it happens first thing in the morning. Morning is one of the most critical times for your sexual health, yet it's also the time when I see countless men unknowingly holding themselves back. The mistake is simple, and it's almost universal, starting the day with coffee and only coffee. I get it that first cup feels like it wakes you up, clears your head, and gets you moving. But here's the problem. After 6 to 8 hours of sleep, your body is already mildly dehydrated. You haven't had any fluids all night, your blood has thickened slightly, and your circulation has slowed. Coffee, as enjoyable as it is, acts as a mild diuretic, pulling even more water out of your system. When you begin your day in a fluid deficit, you make it harder for your body to deliver oxygen and nutrients where they're needed most. Thicker blood moves more slowly, which means less efficient blood flow to the erectile tissue. And there's another layer. Low hydration can reduce your body's ability to produce nitric oxide, the key chemical signal that triggers and maintains an erection. Over time, this seemingly harmless morning ritual can weaken your morning erections and make it harder to respond when the opportunity arises later in the day. The solution is incredibly simple, but remarkably effective. Within 30 minutes of waking, drink 8 to 12 ounces of water before your first sip of coffee. That one change rehydrates your body, restores blood volume, and primes your circulation for the day ahead. Then, by all means, enjoy your coffee. But now it's working with your body, not against it. I've watched men make this small shift and notice better erections, more stable energy, improved mood, and sharper focus throughout the day. It's proof that sometimes the most powerful changes come from the smallest habits. And here's where things get even more interesting. Once your body is physically primed, the benefits spill over into how you feel about yourself, your confidence, and your connection with your partner. Because hydration isn't just about the mechanics of circulation, it can transform the emotional side of your sexual health. That's exactly where we're going next. I've seen it happen more times than I can count. Men who came into my office feeling drained, withdrawn, and hesitant about intimacy, only to watch them re-engage with life once they started hydrating the right way. It's not just about what's happening in your blood vessels. It's about what's happening in your head and your heart. When your body is well hydrated, your heart doesn't have to work as hard, your energy levels climb, and your mood lifts. You carry yourself differently. Your posture improves, your eyes look brighter, and your presence feels more assured. You start to walk into a room with quiet confidence instead of lingering fatigue. On the flip side, chronic dehydration can slowly erode more than your physical performance. It wears down your patience, dulls your mood, and lowers your desire. It's difficult to feel confident or connected to your partner when your body is running on empty. That low-level exhaustion can make you retreat from moments that used to excite you, replacing anticipation with avoidance. Over time, that becomes a cycle. Less engagement leads to less confidence, and less confidence leads to even less engagement. But here's the beauty of it. Breaking that cycle doesn't always require a prescription, a new therapy, or some complicated regimen. Sometimes it's as simple as giving your body the most basic resource it needs, water, in the right way every day. I tell my patients to think of proper hydration as a daily act of self-respect. It's a way of telling your body, I value you enough to give you what you need, so you can give me your best in return. And when you commit to that, the benefits ripple outward into your health, your energy, your relationships, and the way you see yourself in the mirror. Once you understand the emotional and physical payoff, the next step is to turn that knowledge into a concrete plan you can actually follow starting today. I believe the best plan is the one you'll actually stick to, so I keep it straightforward. The clearer the steps, the easier it is to make them a part of your life. Here's how I coach my patients to start first thing in the morning. Within 30 minutes of waking, drink 8 to 12 ounces, about 240 to 350 milliliters of water before you do anything else. Think of it as refueling your system after a long night's rest. By doing this, you immediately restore fluid balance, thin your blood, and get your circulation moving. Mid-morning, have another 6 to 8 ounces, 180 to 240 milliliters, to keep that hydration steady. Around lunchtime, take a few sips before and after your meal. Not so much that you interfere with digestion, just enough to keep your body systems humming. In the afternoon, when energy naturally dips, give yourself 12 to 16 ounces, 350 to 470 milliliters spread out over several hours. This maintains strong circulation and mental clarity through the later part of your day. At dinner, sip lightly, and then after 8 p.m., slow down or stop heavier drinking altogether. This protects your deep sleep, which is essential for testosterone production and the overnight erections that keep your sexual health strong. Follow this rhythm, and you're giving your body a consistent flow of the resource it needs most. What can you expect? Many men report that within a couple of weeks they wake up feeling more alert, move through the day with greater stamina, and approach intimacy with renewed confidence. It's a small habit with an outsized payoff, one you can feel in your body and see in the way you carry yourself. And once you've made it part of your daily routine, it becomes a foundation you can build on. Because as powerful as hydration is, it's just one piece of the larger picture. The other everyday habits you choose will either amplify these benefits or quietly undo them, and that's where we're headed next. After more than 30 years of working with men just like you, I can tell you this with absolute certainty: strong, healthy erections aren't a matter of luck or the privilege of youth. They're the result of the choices you make every single day. Over the course of this conversation, we've covered why water becomes even more critical after 60. The subtle but damaging mistakes most men make without realizing it, the right way to drink, and time your hydration for maximum benefit, the morning coffee trap that quietly chips away at your testosterone. The emotional and confidence boost that comes with proper hydration and a simple daily plan you can start immediately. None of these strategies require expensive supplements, invasive procedures, or complicated routines, just small intentional changes you can stick with. The key lesson is this: when you make small improvements consistently, they compound into big results. You don't need to become someone else, you just need to become the fully hydrated, fully energized version of yourself. And the difference that makes isn't just physical. It changes the way you carry yourself, the way you connect with your partner, and the way you feel about the man staring back at you in the mirror. But hydration, as powerful as it is only one piece of the puzzle. There are other daily habits, some that can quietly erode your erections, and others that can strengthen and protect them for years to come. In the next part of our journey together, I'm going to reveal those habits so you can build a lifestyle that safeguards your testosterone, keeps your circulation strong, and preserves your confidence well into the years ahead. Because when you take control of the simple daily choices, you take control of your vitality, your performance, and your future.